Be the recording started, I guess. It's recording, I think, is it? No, now it's recording. There we go.
Yep, I can see
all right.
The bar. Yep.
There we go. We're on. So everyone, really warm welcome to the 2021 NJCT Digital Summer Camp, starting at, well, 16:05 Stockholm time. That's good to see that everyone's figured out Stockholm time. Even James Craik, one of our youth leaders, has figured out Stockholm time today, so we're delighted about that. Welcome. Delighted to see so many of you here. It's last year we had a fantastic camp. Wasn't sure we could beat that. This year we've beaten it by quite a bit. We're up at 246 participants registered, which is just outstanding, and from 21 different countries. So I hope you all feel extremely welcome. Last year I tried to say welcome in all the different languages and it was really bad. So I think I'll just leave it and just say welcome, and I hope you all have a great week, and I'm delighted you're here. Thank you for joining in and being part of this. As you see, I managed to get away and get my hair cut, and I cut my beard before we got started here. I haven't quite got the hair like Kevin Coey. I'm not at his level yet on hair, but on the other side of it, he hasn't up at my level or your level, Robin, on the beard. So, but on the other side, we're not up at his level on curling, but on the other side, he's not up at our level on the digital camp. So we'll call it a draw, I think, 2-2. That seems fair, right?
I think that's fair.
I think that I'm happy with that result against Kevin Coey. That's all right. Okay, guys. Now, a couple of just little things before we get started. I'm going to record every session, like you know, and the aim is to put them on YouTube later on the day in case you miss anything, or you want to go and revisit what's been said, because there's a lot of information coming your way today and all the other days as well. So, and a little tip about that, it's a good idea to have a notebook or a laptop, anything to make notes with. It's just a good plan, so you're ready to make notes, because as I say, a lot of information coming up. How are we doing, Audrey? Audrey's fumbling around in the dark here. It must be early in Canada.
Sorry, I'm trying to make breakfast while also signing on to the call, so I'll just be a second.
Cool, Audrey. If you turn your microphone and video off and get your breakfast done, then you can join in a minute, and everyone's happy. Now, one of the really cool things about this camp this week is the level of competence, the level of experience that we have of the speakers is unbelievable. And I'm just going to read this up. I did some statistics earlier today about this. So, of all the speakers coming on this week, together they have a combined 192 international championships experience. So they've been to either Worlds, Olympics, Europeans, or World Juniors. I didn't include mixed doubles. I did include, but not mixed. Quite unbelievable. They have 14 Olympic medals combined, 36 world medals, 34 European medals, and 16 World Junior medals. So that makes a total of 100 medals from 192 events. Now, it's quite an impressive statistic for anyone, but if you think about it as well, 100 medals from 192 events, that means that half the time they didn't medal, and they got a lot of experience. So they have a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience figuring out how to win medals at these events before they perhaps did win the medals. So hopefully we'll be able to get a lot of this experience from them over to you during this week. That's the plan. And all of them have Olympic medals, which is very, very cool. And it's quite unique for all of us. So I'm absolutely delighted that they're all coming along this week. Now, before we get kicked off any further, last year when we started the camp, I felt there was something missing. We missed the theme tune. Now, we had a little competition for the theme tune, and we have a winner. So we're gonna, before we get kicked off with all the practical details, I'm gonna play you the summer camp theme tune for 2021, and I'm gonna tell you who won it afterwards. Now, I'm gonna have to share the screen here. Let's see if this works. Here we go. This one here. Okay, listen up now.
Curling with no ice, ice baby. Welcome to NJCT. All right, stop. come to teams and listen. James and his friends with all their wisdom, though it hasn't been doing so fine, so we've had to come do this camp online. Will COVID stop? Yeah, we don't know. We've been doing this for 2 years in a row, curling with no ice, ice, baby. Welcome to NJCT.
I mean, what's not to love about that? Isn't that a classic? Now, the best thing is my favourite tune growing up was Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby. So, Keir Chalmers, who is our resident DJ for this camp. Here you go, Keir. Here's your prize for doing the theme tune for the camp. A brand new, even still in the plastic, hardline broom. And it's the first one that we're doing this week. We're going to get this over to Scotland to you for the start of the season. So, Keir Chalmers from Scotland, thank you very much for the camp theme tune. Delighted with that one. I'd also like to, while we're at that, to give a quick shout out to all our partners, to Foxglide, provide us with the good t-shirts. I'd like to give a shout out to Spectrum Eyewear. I'm going to speak a little bit more about them later. They're giving us 5 prizes, 5 cool pairs of sunglasses for this week. And also we're partnering up with Stash Strong, who's the chosen charity of Matt Hamilton. And they obviously do a very serious bit of work there with brain cancer or cancer research. So we're delighted to be able to partner up and support them. So thanks, guys, for being part of this. Now, I've talked a wee bit too much now. Now it's time for the youth leaders to jump in and present themselves. Now, the youth leaders were brought along for this camp to help you with partly with the physical work, but also with the social media games and competitions. Now, as Robin, you're on video already. I think you can kick off by presenting yourself first.
Hello, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Robin Bryden. I am 24. Really excited to be here. I was fortunate to be on last year's camp as one of the talkers, was along with Ross White. So yeah, looking forward to kind of getting involved in a different way this year, getting you guys nice and fit, ready for the curling season, and I'm looking forward to hearing how you're progressing with those.
All right, thanks, Robin. And as you see, Audrey's got her breakfast all sorted out and she's ready. Luckily, you don't have any toast hanging out your mouth or anything, so that's all good. Excellent, Audrey.
Hi, guys. Yeah, so I actually just handed breakfast over to my partner so that I could jump on the call. I'm Audrey Wallbank. I'm from Ontario, Canada. As some of you on the call may know, as I've helped run some of the Junior Slam events with Byron Scott. I have been a competitive curler since I was about 13, and I had the pleasure of working with James 2 years ago in person in Norway. I'm very excited to help you guys through this camp, and outside of curling, I am an avid embroiderer. So I hope you guys all have other hobbies that you can do outside of the curling season as well.
Avid embroiderer. I like it about that. That's got a wee mental note there on that one. On NJCT logo embroidered, thank you.
Yeah, that'll come.
All right, James Craig's found his way here as well. James.
Hello. For you who don't know, I'm James Craig. I'm 20 years old from Scotland. I am a skip currently and a student. I'm looking forward to this camp lots. I'm excited to see everyone's efforts at the challenges that we might set. And yeah, I'm really excited to get this kicked off and have a great time.
All right, thanks, James. And we'll jump over to Hannah. We're doing a bit of a Scotland-Canada thing going on here.
Hi, I'm Hannah Phillips, if you don't know me. I've been curling for about 16 years, and I'm 22 years old, I think. Outside of curling, I love to spend time with my 12-week-old puppy. And I am also a student, and I'm currently going to school to become a teacher. So I'm excited for that. And I'm excited to get to know all of you guys, even though I can't see your faces. I'm excited to get to know you guys and get this camp kicked off. And I know it's going to be wonderful because James is leading it. So.
Oh, that's very kind. I was going to say, being a teacher, that's a great choice, but you're going to get grey hair by the time you're my age. So, but as long as you're okay with that, teaching's great.
Already got it.
And finally, the man that I like to call Jacob the Hare Hannah, or Jake, as we call him, Jake. It's easier.
It's a bit shorter now than it used to be, but hi guys, I'm Jacob Hanna. I am 19 years old and I'm from Stockholm, like James, so no Scotland, Canada thing going on over here. I've been curling for 7 or 8 years now, and I am super excited to take part in the camp as a youth leader. As the previous years, I have been enrolled is maybe the wrong word, but I've been a participant of the camp, and I have so many fond memories of it, and I'm really excited to give back and to meet all of you guys and to partake in it from another perspective.
I think enrolled was quite good. I think you're forced, maybe told that you're going to the camp, Jacob. That's how we run the juniors in Simbibar. Right?
I mean, you are my coach, so it kind of was a must.
Yeah, exactly. So there we go. Now, just so we're aware of what's going on here, James, Robin, Audrey, and Hannah, they're going to be running the physical sessions, apart from the one that you're going to be doing together with Sarah McManus and Sophia Marbers. So each of the days you're going to get a physical challenge, and yeah, it's up to you guys to do that challenge. Jacob's going to be taking care of the social media events, and in a little while he'll be back on to tell us what's going on and what your challenge is for tomorrow to win. Yeah, we'll talk about that afterwards. Should we do that later, Jacob? Jake? J-Dog?
Sure.
There.
Yes.
All right, that's excellent.
Sorry, some delays there.
All right, good. So anyway, you guys, thank you for taking your time to be part of this. And I know you've done a big job getting all these physical challenges and the social media stuff sorted out. So thank you so far for all of your efforts. It's been great. Okay, moving on now. We also have my right-hand man. Some of you might have seen him at the start, and that is Petter from Norway. Youth leaders, can you turn your cameras and microphones off so we can get Petter in focus? The man that I like to call P-Dog or P-Daddy since he became a father.
Thank you. I had to change both room and device, so now I'm in another room. And I don't have any fancy background, so just bear with me. So, but thank you to all the youth leaders. That was so much talent. Me, I'm 38 years old. I started curling in '94. That was the same year as the Olympics was in my hometown. So now, you know, do some math and some guessing, you know, where I'm from. So I don't curl too much now, but I work in the Norwegian Curling Federation. So I'm definitely in it. And I've been coaching for quite a few years. And in my spare time now, I'm having fun with my kids. I have 2 of them now. And that's basically all the time I have. And I'm really looking forward to this week again. Last year was a blast. The 2 physical years as well was a blast. So many participants that show us that they enjoy doing this. And that's what's keeping me going.
It's great stuff. And as I say, Petter's been my right-hand man since the start of the NJCT. And when he's not playing with his kids and doing renovations in his house, he's getting phone calls from me talking about how to develop the NJCT. So he has been invaluable to me and the development of NJCT. So we're delighted to have you along again, Petter. And Petter's going to be working with the chat function. So if you have questions, you're going to go onto the chat bubble at the top of the screen. And if you see where it says leave the conversation, for those of you that are not quite high on Microsoft Teams, there's a red leave button. And then just along a little bit, there's a little chat bubble. I'm going to send you a little message here. And I'm going to put questions here. And when the talks are on, if you think of a question, then you're going to put the question onto the chat, the meeting chat, and Petter's going to be the what do you call it, Petter? The administrator,
a moderator, maybe,
or moderator. That was the word I was looking for. Moderator.
Or maybe federator, I don't know.
Oh. So dad jokes again, or as Petter calls them now, jokes, just jokes. So any questions there, Petter will look at them. And then when it gets down to the question and answer sessions, he'll invite you he'll probably send a message on the Teams, right? Or how is that going to work, Petter? Do you want to talk about that?
That's perfect. First of all, I would like if we can test the chat now so I can see that everything works. If you find where you can use chat, as James told you, and just leave whatever, maybe a thumbs up or an okay, or this is so super cool, or boo, whatever. And when we're going to do the chat with the stars, I will open up for questions. I will say something like, you can ask your questions now, and I will oversee the chat and write them down. So you can ask questions during the talk. We will probably do as we did last year, James, that this questions is at the end, and then I'll invite you to turn your camera on and your microphone on. You'll get to answer them or ask them yourself. Yeah.
There we go. And also, if you don't if you don't want to be on camera, you don't want to ask the question, we're happy to ask the question for you. But it's kind of cool if you can get on the video there with Matt Hamilton and ask a question to him personally if you want to do that. So that would be the ideal situation. And what we'll do is the sessions will run maybe 45-50 minutes of discussions, and then we'll leave another 40 minutes to question and answers. If that's okay for everyone.
And yeah, so I stumbled on an issue already. James, do you see the chat? It's people.
Yes.
Yeah. So okay, so we need to after the meeting then, because
we need to make you the administrator as well, right?
Yeah, I'm getting it says that I'm not a team member of the NJCT summer camp, so I can't see but we'll find
that's
out.
because you're probably on your other device. We'll figure this out afterwards.
Yeah, cool.
Now, before we get into more practical stuff, P-Daddy, I think we should maybe talk about the Unicorn Doubles Cup while you're here, and then you can relax for the rest of the time. Now, the Unicorn Doubles Cup, the history of this is very simple, actually. We were at the physical camp in Lillehammer 3 years ago, and Petter told me that the national animal for Scotland was a unicorn, and I was quite disgusted. I was quite shocked. I was saddened, and I thought they were joking with me. And I went and Googled it, and it turns out it's right enough. So I had to accept the fact that the unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. I thought it was a lion or something big and strong, but it's a unicorn. And after that, I went home and had a think, and we have a doubles cup that we started the year after, and we have the Unicorn Doubles Cup, and we combined a couple of things to make this cup. And Petter, do you want to show the cup?
Sure. I've tried here to make it look really nice. That's me. So here we go. This is the unicorn. Yeah, you can see here, the lighting is a bit okay, but the Unicorn Doubles Cup, you have a nice unicorn here. It was white. Whenever you get if you win, you get to color one part of it. So you can see on the tail here, we have some red and some green. Obviously, someone went for the horn. That's the first time. An eye. This is James' work, by the way. He's a good guy. Whenever he just embraced the unicorn is what.
It took me a year to go over it, but once I got over it, I got into it. So that's all cool. And then obviously the winner's there for the last 3 years.
Yeah. So the 2018, that was the two first one there was physical camp. So Moa Nielsen and Mathias Branden from Norway and Sweden. Then we have two Swedes, Pontus and Olle. And last year, the first digital camp was Jamie Rankin and Moa. So we can see Sweden, Norway, and Scotland has won. Canada, you need to step up your game.
Canada, US, New Zealand, Switzerland, you got to step up your game for this year. All right. So that's, if you back off a little bit. So as you see, we've got a plastic unicorn, and that came from Lidl. That cost like £3, and it's an IKEA chopping board underneath. And we use masking tape to put the names on. So no expense spared from the NJCT for the Unicorn Doubles Cup, but it's a cool piece of material that you want to get your name on. So there's going to be some. Be interesting to see who's the first time we get a world champ on that list. Actually, that'll be cool. But we'll get back to it in a minute. Now, Jacob, maybe you want to jump in and talk about the competition for this year to win the Unicorn Doubles Cup.
Yes, hello. Can you hear me? I think so. That's going to be the running question this whole week. Yeah, of course. So in order to get your name on the future to be tankard that is the Unicorn Cup, this year we are going to ask you to pair up with another camper from another country. And you can, of course, find fellow campers by looking at the list of people here in Teams, or maybe look at the Instagram account for the people who are following. And what we want you to do is present your partner and, of course, make it entertaining, extra points if it's flashy. And we want you guys to show us your celly when you become a world junior champion. And lastly, we also want you guys to make a camp song to the melody of Ice Ice Baby. Now, I know we've already heard the camp song and it's going to be difficult to beat, but we kindly ask that you try. And that is what we're going to ask of you this year, to be able to get the honor of coloring in another part of the unicorn and get your name on a piece of masking tape to be plastered on the tankard.
Excellent, Jacob. So, and maybe we'll put another just short video on the Instagram group as well, just so everyone's up to date with what's going on for the Unicorn Doubles Cup. And then it's up to you guys. I mean, you're all digitally aware, so you get yourselves connected with people from different countries, and that's one of the cool things that we really hope to achieve with this camp. That even though you can't physically meet each other, you can digitally meet each other and make new friends from different countries. So, so it's up to you guys. That's going to be great. And if you haven't already done it, please go onto Instagram and go onto the page or search for NJCT Summer Camp 2021. I think some of you have followed the NJCT, but you need to go onto the specific one for this year's summer camp, NJCT NJCT Summer Camp 2021. That's right, Jacob, right?
That's right. Yes. Shameless plug. That's it.
Excellent.
That's it.
Excellent. Good stuff. Okay, cool. So now that's the Unicorn Doubles Cup. I'm going to get this off my list. Go. The cup, the history, the competition, and we're all good with that. Thanks, Peter and Jacob. Now, practical details. Let's get into some practical stuff, just so we're quite aware of what's going on for this week. As all of you are doing now, cameras and microphones off for the sessions. If you have a question or any issues, then please write it in the chat. We'll address that as quickly as we can. Also, if you have your question like we talked about, put it onto the chat. Peter will adjudicate that. We're also on Thursday and Friday. It's Peter's wife's birthday on Thursday. So Peter won't be here, but we'll have another lady called Sarah Carlson, who was a world champion with Team Annette Norberg a while back. She'll be here being the moderator for those couple of days as well. So that's going to be really cool. And when you're invited to ask the question, please be ready to put your microphone and your camera on. That's super. Stockholm time, you've all figured this out, I hope. Everyone that's in the meeting so far has figured this out. It's everything's on Stockholm time. So tomorrow, same time, 4 o'clock Stockholm time. On Tuesday, we've got the live CrossFit session. That's at 2 o'clock Stockholm time, between 2 and 3. And then the only other difference was going to be, or the only other session that's going to be different is the Wednesday night session between 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock Stockholm time. And that's a coach and parent only session. If you have parents or coaches that want to be part of that, please send a message to nordicjuniorcurling@gmail.com and let me know that you want to be in on that. And I will send you another link to that session. And that's together with the Scottish and British national coach, David Murdoch, and the Swedish national coach, Maria Pritz. That is all the practical stuff, I think. Does anyone have any questions about that? Or are we good to go? We'll do the 5 seconds of silence and then I'll move on. And I can see that Jacob's put in the chat group there at NJCT Summer Camp 2021. It's always a worry when Peter comes on the video. I'm thinking he's thought of something that I've forgotten.
No, I haven't picked up anything I've forgotten. But there's one Darcy McDonough chatting to us on the NJCT Facebook page.
Okay.
If you're in, Darcy, would you let me know by saying hi? She was wondering where the link was, so I've posted it to her.
Okay.
And that was everything.
Thanks, Peter.
Yep.
I think Anne is on there. Are we on now? Are you guys on? Okay. Seems to be that Darcy's on. I guess so.
Yep. Cool.
And if there's any problems, or if you have like a power out or whatever, as I say, the sessions you can always watch afterwards again on YouTube. We'll be posting that. Now we'll be posting all the sort of details, links to YouTube videos, all these kind of things. We'll be posting those on the Teams chat group. So if you go onto Teams and you see, let me see, I might be able to show you here. I'll show you my screen here. Let's see if this works. And I'll get onto Teams here. Now, on the Teams here, if you go on to your team and you'll see the NJCT Summer Camp, and this is general, it'll say in your language or in English. I'll be posting a whole lot of stuff here, like information or stuff that we've maybe forgotten, or if we want to reach out to you between sessions, this is where all the information is going to be. So on that one there, and then general. The coach and parent session I'll be fixing later. That's going to be a private group. It's good to have it, as I said, on desktop or on the app on your telephone. It just makes life a little bit easier and quicker, and you'll get the content much easier. We'll also try and post links onto the Instagram page, but I think it'll be a few more clicks, so life will just be easier if you get the desktop or the app. Now let's get back out of that mode. Okay, cool. Now, where do we go now? I think maybe it's time for, let's go to the social media challenge. What do you think, Jake? Should we go to the first social media challenge for tomorrow? Oh, hold on. We've got a quick question before we do this, Jacob. Could you go through the pairing details again? This is from Isla. Is the idea that we connect with someone from a different country? Do they have to be the same age and experience? Jacob, you can answer that.
I'm sorry, it was a little that I'm having some issues with the tech. Would you like to answer it? Because I only heard half of the question.
Okay, so the question from Isla was, could you go through the pairing details again? Is the idea that we connect with someone from a different country? Do they have to be the same age and experience?
Oh yeah, so of course. So the only criteria we want for you guys is to kind of build connections outside of your normal scope. So what we want from you guys is to connect with someone outside of your country. And we don't really care about the whole experience part. It's mostly about meeting new people and having fun. So please feel free to chat anyone that's outside of your country, no matter their experience or your experience or whatever. Just go ham.
And it could be the case as well that if you ask someone that they've already paired up with someone else. So don't be disheartened. Keep working. Keep finding someone.
Yes.
There's a pair for everyone.
Just write yourself like a generic text that you send to like 50 people, and eventually someone will have to say yes.
Life hack from Jake. Excellent.
Yes.
All right. So now the social media competitions. We've got the Unicorn Cup. That's a separate thing, and that will be presented at the end of the week. So you have a whole week to get yourself sorted out with the things that Jacob talked about earlier, and we'll post it on Instagram just to give you a reminder. But we have daily challenges as well, and the daily challenge is obviously to win a hardline custom NJCT brim, and also Spectrum eyewear glasses. And tomorrow's glasses are, the winner of tomorrow is going to win the Anja glasses. Look at those. I've tried them on. They've got cool lens, Carl Zeiss lenses, and they're yeah, I'm going to give some more chat about that tomorrow. But Jacob, what's the challenge for tomorrow?
Sure, yeah. So in our first edition of the Challenge Mark in the Youth Leaders Part 1, we have a drawing challenge. So if you've been keeping up to pace with our TikTok, you might have noticed that we've had some youth leaders challenging Mark Kennedy. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw those challenges your way as well. So for the first challenge, we're going to ask you to draw the Fox Glide logo as well as you can in 1 minute. So please film a video of yourself drawing the Fox Glide logo, preferably with a stopwatch somewhere within the frame or with someone timing you, and send your entry to the camp Instagram. So NJCT Summer Camp 2021. And as of right now, so what we're going to do is we'll give you guys till 12 a.m. Stockholm time the coming day. And please look up the time zone thing on your own because you're in so many different places. But I have some references, and that is London is -1 hour, so 11 a.m. Calgary is -8 hours, which is 4 a.m. And Toronto is -6 hours, which is 6 a.m. And if I've not covered your time zone, I apologize, but I encourage you to Google it because Google has all of your answers.
Most of the answers, anyway. Cool, Jacob. So that's the first challenge for tomorrow. Draw the photo. Now,
Yes.
just a question: is it Jacob's the judge of these competitions? Jacob, is it how good it looks, or is it creativity, or or just how quickly you can do it? What are you looking for?
I think the main thing to be looking for is, of course, there are several elements. Being an artist myself, I look at multiple factors and variables, but I think distinguishability is really important. Just being able to notice like, aha, okay, that's the logo. I'd say like that's the most important part. If you want to do something flashy, something cool, I encourage you to give it a shot. And yeah, I don't want to give too many guidelines. I just want you to express your creativity as well as you can.
Excellent. That was a very
within 1 minute, of course.
Within 1 minute, exactly. Make sure you've got
Yes.
the timer on so we see that it is 1 minute, so no one's cheating.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, good. Now we've got a question there. What's the TikTok account name? Is it the same name? And I think we posted on TikTok, Instagram. Can you check that one up, Jacob? We've got it on Twitter as well, Facebook. So Jacob will put it up, and then if you write it onto the what do you call it, on the chat there, Jacob, that would be super.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, so that's the first challenge for tomorrow. Coolio. What else do we need to go through here? Tomorrow, obviously, we've got Matt Hamilton coming on, the Olympic champion, mirror curl, as it's well known. Unbelievable turnaround from almost being out of the competition to then going on and winning the Olympic gold. And we're going to have Matt talking a bit about his experiences, obviously, with the Olympics, but also the expectations, the expectations going into the 2018 Olympics. Then when things start going wrong, how did they turn that around? And also looking forward now to the next Olympics, what is the difference? What's the different feeling between the last Olympics and this Olympics coming up? Now, a lot of the things are going to be relatable, not just in curling, but also if you have, it could be a work related or it could be study related, that you really want to do well in something, but you feel it's not going very well. How do you turn it around? So you can think about these things in a number of different ways. So Matt's going to be talking about that tomorrow at 4 o'clock Stockholm time. All right. Jacob's posted the Nordic Junior Curling Instagram and whatnot. That's cool. Let's see now. So we've done that. Let's move on with Audrey. Let's see if Audrey's finished their breakfast. Have you eaten your breakfast, Audrey, or are you waiting?
I'm waiting. I'm a little concerned.
We don't want you getting hangry this early in the week.
I'll try and keep it together.
Okay, you do that. All right. So tomorrow, Audrey, you are up presenting the first physical session. And how's this going to work with the physical sessions, Audrey? Do you want to tell everyone?
Sure. So for your first physical session, we are going to be doing the Cooper test, which some of you may not have done. I know that my high school never did this, but it is a 1.5 mile run or 2.4 kilometers, and you're going to be timing yourself. So the whole point of this is just to see where you're at currently with your stamina and endurance before you head into the season. This test, I guess, is more common in Europe, as the boys were the ones who told me about it, as we were looking for different tests for you guys to be able to do outside. In order to make sure you go the correct distance, in the video that you will be provided on YouTube, I've listed 3 different apps that are free and you can install on iPhone or Android. They're called Strava, Pacer, and Map My Run. Some of you probably know some of these. I know Strava is very popular, and it's also the only one that doesn't ask for your age, weight, or height. So if you don't like giving away those details, that's probably the preference for you guys. To go along with your run, I've recorded a fairly basic warm-up and cool-down that you can do. If you think that you have something that's more in-depth or something that you have become accustomed to doing before you hit the ice and after, you're more than welcome to do that. You're also going to be provided with a very good one by James later on in the week. But we didn't want to get you guys too exhausted before your session with the Olympians doing your CrossFit. I think that would be more important to make sure you're focusing your energy there, because they're going to have a lot of really great tips for you. So in this run, you are going to time yourself, and that's how you're going to measure your improvement as you continue to train for your season. Again, these apps are really good. They'll track your distance and your time. For me, I know that my block is 1 kilometer, so I know that I have to run my block 1.5 times. Some of you will have access to a really great track nearby, so I encourage you to use that. And if you can't, again, the apps will track that for you. If there are any questions, I can't see the chat. It doesn't say I'm part of the team. So if there are any, please let me know.
And I think what we'll do with this, Audrey, just to be clear about this as well, Audrey's presented this now, and what we're going to do is put the link onto the Teams group, and we'll also link that onto the Instagram, the summer camp page. So again, go onto the NJCT Summer Camp 2021 on Instagram, and you'll get a link for Audrey's video explaining in a bit more detail about the run and whatnot.
And it's all in the caption of the video as well, if you want to read it through instead of listening.
Perfect. And as I said before, I'll be putting this on as a little chat. I'm just going to show you one more time. So we are agreed on what's going on. I'll be posting it down here. This will be like a new, let me see, and take this away. So down here underneath all of this, you'll get a new chat box and the link to Audrey's video, and you'll see Audrey's wonderful face, happy smiling face as a welcome to the video. So you can click on there, and again on Instagram. All right, Audrey. Now, I'd just like to also point out that if any of these sessions, for example, some of you may already have a team training plan for the summer, and if it's the case that this coincides and it doesn't work out, or there's some kind of it just doesn't work out for you to do these sessions, that's fine. You can do them another time, or it's up to you. This is more for people that don't have a specific training routine, or they just want to try this actually for the first time. So any of the things that we do this week, please feel free to join in or not join in. It's entirely up to yourselves. Petter has a question.
As Audrey said, I think she and me, we're in the same boat. We're not part of the team. And several other people have said that themselves. So what I've looked up, we need to send out a new mail after this meeting, James, to let people into the team. So people get into the meeting, but they can't use the chat functions, and they can't see all the other bits and bobs. Yeah. So I think that will. Yeah.
I'll address that issue between the sessions. All of the emails that I put onto the team from the registrations, they should be okay. I checked this out, so it should be all right, but I'll double check it between the sessions, and we can try again tomorrow. Cool. Worst case scenario, maybe, Petter, if you could, if people could send messages on the Instagram summer camp group, if it doesn't work.
Of course, but then we need to look at all the links and stuff as well. We need to post that sure. On the Instagram as well. So that might be the case that we use the Instagram, but let's try to
solve this first. Sure. Okay, I'll look at that. Audrey, thank you very much for for this session. And please feel free on the Instagram, people, if you're doing your session, take a picture of yourselves and post it. Show everyone else what you're doing. That's a pretty cool thing to do. Let's see here. All right. Let's see where we're at now. Okay, we've got a couple more things to do before we finish, and we'll do a quick question and answer at the end of the session. One thing I will be posting as well on the team and the Instagram, we have the two-time Olympic champion Eva Lund, who played with the team Norberg. Her son, Adam, he was second in the Swedish version of MasterChef, and he's done a series of 3 videos with an overnight oats, a granola bar, and a smoothie, a take on a smoothie. And I'm going to be posting these for you guys, and this will also perhaps be part of the challenge, so it's worthwhile having a look at those. I'll post those in the coming days as well. If I remember correctly, Jacob, that's one of the challenges as well, isn't it? I think Jacob left the building.
No, I'm here. Yes, it
Oh,
is. Partially,
right,
kind of.
Kind of, but we'll get back to that. So keep an
We'll
eye
get to
out
that
for
eventually.
the Adam Lund nutrition sessions. NJCT nutrition. We're not just thinking curling, we're thinking all sides of it. It's important with nutrition. So delighted that Adam has done that for us. Now, one last thing we're going to do today. Oh, hi, Finley. Nice t-shirt, Finley. Atta boy. Liking that. Nice t-shirt. Now, let's see here. You can see there's what's the name of the YouTube channel that came in? The YouTube channel is Nordic Junior. Let me just double check that for you. You'll get the link.
It's Nordic Junior Curling.
Nordic Junior Curling, precis. Got some Swedish in there too.
Yes, and you'll find the link to the YouTube in the bio of the camp Instagram.
Cool. So, but you'll get the links. We'll send the links out to you, so you should be okay with that. And if you don't, then you can send me an email and I'll make sure you get the links between the sessions. Now, the last thing we're going to do for today is League of Legends. Now, one of the important things for me growing up, which I always found fascinating, was the history of the curling. Now, of course, there's lots of YouTube videos these days, but they're mainly from about 2000 onwards. And a lot of the stuff that happened before that, you don't really see much of it. Now, I think it's an important thing also as we also move forward, we try and develop and get better. It's also important to look back and try and connect the legends of the past to the future stars of our game that's listening out here in the camp this week. So I'll be posting one League of Legends video every day. Today, we've got Jan Betker. Now, Jan Betker played on the Sandra Schmerler team from Saskatchewan in Canada. And unfortunately, Sandra Schmerler passed away not long after she won her 3rd World Championship in 98, I think it was, not long after the Olympics. And Jan was part of that team. They won the Olympics, the first ever Olympic gold medal for women. And she's also part of 2 World Championship teams. And each of these people are going to do a short video. I've done a short video for NJCT with tips, what you can think about for the future of your curling. And then I'll be posting a video to show you a little bit of when they were champions, when they were good at curling, just to make that connection between the past. So let's see if this works. I'm going to get the Jan Betker video on here. I'm going to get her little video to tell you about what she thinks important, her tips for being a good curler. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Now, this takes me a second here. You have to bear with me. Mr. Techno. All right. Click that, and we'll do this, and we'll do that. All right. Jacob, can you see Jan Betker there?
Yes.
All right, let's go with Jan.
Hi everyone, I'm Jan Betker, and along with my teammates Marcy Goodwright, Joan McCusker, and Sandra Schmerler, we captured 3 Canadian and world curling titles and an Olympic gold medal in 1998. I think that most of the teams that we competed against had players with equal shot making skills and strategy and sweeping skills. So for us, I think what set us apart was our teamwork skills that we developed over the years. I think that those things included things like communicating without fear of judgment, taking responsibility for your own actions, sharing a similar work ethic, and a trust and belief in one another. To me, those things really enabled our team to become a force far greater than just 4 individual players. And I think it could work for you too.
Excellent. So that was our first League of Legends. Hopefully everyone can hear that. And I'm also posting on the chat group here as well. This is the a little short video, 7-minute video of some highlights from their career. So please go and have a look at that. That's when they won the Olympics, the Canadian trials, 3 world titles, not 2. Sorry, Jan, 3 world titles. And it was great that Jan could take a little bit of time to out of her schedule to do a little video for you guys. So I hope you appreciated that. Now, 1650, 450. I'm hoping to keep this to an hour. We're going to keep this to an hour. Are there any questions? I'm kind of at the end of my list of things to do for today. Has anyone got any questions, thoughts, ideas? Peter, have you seen anything on the chat?
Can't see the chat. Sorry.
I was testing you on that one to see if you were actually just kidding me.
I can see the chat, but as of right now, all of the questions seem to be answered.
All right, that's good. We're covering all the bases. Excellent. So after we're done this session, I'm gonna try connect, put stuff onto Instagram, onto the Teams group, and then that should be us for today. And tomorrow, you've got until, was it 12 o'clock Stockholm time, Jacob, to do your social media challenge, draw the Fox Guide logo. If you haven't seen the Fox Guide logo, we'll pop that on Instagram as well, or you can Google it, just like Jacob said, go and Google it. Google everything. I forgot, I actually haven't presented myself. I just realized and you know what? Go and Google it. If you want to know about me, go and Google it. I've got a long curling history. Go and Google it. There you go. That's good enough. That's my presentation. Google me. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for today's session. Seemed to work out fine for anyone. If anyone's having any issues, please send me an email and we'll see if we can fix that. Anything other than the chat. And
I'd like to add one last thing.
Please do.
Also, yes, if you have any questions and you don't feel like sending an email, you can always just DM us on the Instagram and I will answer you to the best of my ability.
Jakey, that's why you're here, Jake, because you're down with the kids. You just know that stuff.
I
do that. Send a message to Jake. Send a message to Jake. He's much more your age. He's got less grey hair than me. All right, guys. True. Matt Hamilton tomorrow. Get questions ready. Get yourselves psyched up for that. Get a pen and paper. Get some tips and have a good evening. I'm off to make some dinner. I wonder what it's going to be tonight. Be interesting. All right. Thanks. Chicken.
Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.